Your biggest fear has been confirmed by Apple. It looks like they do slow down their older phones. But they got a reason why. So this came from a report from Geekbench developer John Poole, who had been tracking the speeds of iPhone 6s and the 7 over time, and had come to the conclusion that newer iOS's 10.2.1 and 11.2.0 introduced throttling on different devices over time, in essence slowing down the phone. So anecdotally, people usually say, you know, as soon as we hear about the new iPhone, the old iPhones get too slow, too buggy, crash all the time, there's problems with them, and it's essentially true.
Yes, and the intuitive explanation as well, the new update just relies on whatever hardware is contemporaneous with that update, and so my old hardware isn't gonna be able to handle it. It's just they're making it for smarter phones, and if I accidentally update my software, I'm just saddling it with this giant mechanism that's not gonna be able to support.
So we do have a little bit of information to back this up. Here is a tweet from Sam C, and it shows that the CPU frequency over time is significantly lower. He says, my iPhone 6 was bought 3 years ago and recently got really slow. APP CPU-X shows iPhone CPU is underclocked, running at 600 megahertz. After an iPhone battery replacement, CPU speed resumed a factory setting of 1400 megahertz. So this is directly correlated to the battery. And if you own any Apple mobile products, you know they make it hard as hell to open it up and replace the battery instead of opting to get a new device entirely. And it seems to be an interesting and convenient strategy to sell more iPhones.
Yeah, it just sounds absolutely intuitive.
Well, it's planned obsolescence, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great business plan. They they build up the hype around the new release, and then your iPhone feels like it's not only feels really old, but it is acting much older. It is super frustrating that a simple battery replacement can't up the actual performance of the phone.
Right. Apple themselves has responded to this, giving a reason why they would do this. Our goal is to deliver the best experience for our customers, which includes overall performance and prolonging the life of their devices. Lithium-ion batteries become less capable of supplying peak current demands when in cold conditions, have a low battery charge, or as they age over time, which can result in the device unexpectedly shutting down to protect its electronic components.
Right.
Last year, we released a feature for iPhone 6, iPhone 6s, and iPhone SE to smooth out the instantaneous peaks only when needed to prevent the device from unexpectedly shutting down during these conditions. We've now extended the feature to iPhone 7 with iOS 11.2 and plan to add support for other products in the future.
Right, but to me, this does not make it easier to replace your phone battery. Like, make it easier and less expensive to do that. I mean, if that's what it is, if it isn't because you lack the processing power, it's because they're throttling your battery because your battery's getting, or they're throttling your processing power. Your battery's too old to handle
the current demands of the newer iOS, or perhaps.
Right, but that's something you have always already known, is that lithium-ion batteries get crappier over time, but rather than accounting for that by making it easier for us to get a new one, they're just like, all right, not only that, but our solution happens to be to slow your phone down.
Yeah.
So it feels like your phone is even crappier than it is. Even worse than it shutting down randomly is the fact that when it's awake. That happened to me
all the time.
Yeah, so it A, isn't working, and B, it's just frustrating because your phone is always slow. It just seems like, tell us how much a battery actually is and make it easier to replace it.
That's, I think, the root of it, because while the explanation, it does make sense, because you're going to put safety first, right?
But it's still convenient.
But still, it also is convenient for them to be able to be like, whoops, time to buy a new phone in 12 or 24 months.
Yeah, which is terrible.
Yeah.
It's too often to have to buy a new phone. I want it to be able to work.
I want my phone for 3 or 4 years, and that's not really possible anymore. Unless you have an Android, and you could, well, they have their own issues as well.
Right.
So
some of them you can take the battery out and put a new battery in.
I think almost all of them you can change the battery yourself, because, well, I mean, that's like.
But don't make me change.
It seems very core to like Apple's philosophy, where it's just like it's hard for you to upgrade your own equipment.
I
You
get it.
have to take it in or replace the whole thing, which is it's
they don't want
insane if you
aftermarket
think
parts.
about it.
They
They
want
don't want
these-
aftermarket parts. They want only Apple parts.
But it just seems like such a scam.
It does.
And it doesn't make me feel good about Apple. And as time progresses and I see Apple like tout this fantastic new technology that they have that actually is already available in Android phones and has been for a while, I just why can't we have the benefits of Android's phones and technologically and then an interface that's as simple as the iPhone?
Right. I mean, you just want it to be the best of both worlds. And I guess that's not profitable, but audience, have you seen, if you have an iPhone, slow down over time? And do you buy Apple's explanation? Please let us know on Facebook and the Twitter. Are you struggling with what to get your friends and enemies this holiday season? Look no further, because TYT for the first time is offering 3-month holiday memberships for only $25. You would get access to all of TYT clips, episodes, podcasts, downloads, extras. For this offer, please go to tytnetwork.com/gift and keep the lights on. I'm scared of the dark.